Hello guys, welcome back to my video. Now today, back to smiling ways. As you can see, I mean, it's only right that I'm happy now that we finally got a win. It's obviously been a long time coming, and it's actually the first win that we've had since I've used this channel. First win of the season, of course, as well. Great, obviously, to have a win finally. Whether it'll be enough to save our season, obviously, time will tell. But for now, it's great to finally have a win and not have the weekend ruined by a football performance. So to celebrate, I thought it was only right. I start with a beer. There we go. Nice little pilsner. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, taste the victory. But back to performance, I didn't actually watch the game, so in terms of how we played for the full 90, I don't know. But, you know, there was pretty much a full-strength team. Borg instead of Baldock and Mpadu at the left side of centre-back. Those are two players who haven't played there regularly, but I was glad to see we weren't in that same shape. It shows that, you know, I guess we believe in it, even if for most season I haven't. And granted, it was against a League One team, but still, we won, of course, with it, and we got 3 goals, which is great to see because we haven't done that, of course, for the whole season so far. In fact, we've only scored 2 goals once this season, so it's great to see that. And let's just hope there's more to come. Now, of course, like I've said, it's only a League One team, so you know, small steps walk before we can run. But you know, I think it does show that maybe if we're going to have to stick with the shape, things have to change. So from what I sort of feel is that we can't afford, with the way we play, to have a right-footed centre-back on the left side. In terms of our choices, Mpadu's probably the best at the moment for the left side, so it kind of shows how desperately we need one. I think Robinson's a good player, but I don't think he's good enough to play a full season. I think he's sort of player where you can get away with playing him for maybe 5 games, 10 at most for a season, but you can't play him a full season in the Prem. So Ben Davies, the guy we're linked with from Preston, not from Tottenham, let's hope he's good enough to fit into the squad for the rest of the season. I just think left back something needs to be addressed. I think Osborne's probably our best choice, if I'm honest. I don't really rate Stevens this season. He hasn't done great. So I think Osborne could probably do a shift there for us, but it would be better if we had another left back to play instead of him. And then in the midfield, of course, I think the midfield is very essential. Of course, little Lingard, but you've got to remember he's linked with a lot of other teams as well. But hopefully the fact that we're desperate to play him every week will help make him make a decision to play for us so he gets the game time. Oh, yeah.
Wow, it's very nice.
Oh, yes. But I think in terms of strikers, we're not really going to bring on in, of course, on that front because we've already got, I think, 6 at least off the top of my head that I can remember. So I think it's just more about making sure the right combination plays. Now, as we know, there's obviously still a lot of work to be done. It's a win, but it's a win against, you know, a respectable League One team. So, you know, we've got to get a win in the Premier League now as well. But, you know, like I've said, one step at a time. It's just great. It's really cheered me up that we've actually got a win because, you know, it's been the first win of the season. It's been the first win to react to on this channel. So we've come a long way in a few hours. So no, it was a great relief when we finally got the win. And as soon as the sort of full time, it just really made me happy because we've needed this for a long time now. You know, even if it does nothing for us in the season, just to get a win really helps. Historic win as well because we've recently, Egan's made 100 appearances for the club. Basham as well making 300. Now Wilder's got 100 wins for the club. So you never know, maybe it was a doom and gloom spell which had to be broken, and it finally was after today. So yeah, that's a good sign. And I think the goal scorers, I was really happy for Burke because I think he's a great player, puts in a massive shift, and he might not be the most blessed when it comes to finishing, but the fact he's got his first goal, hopefully it means it's something to improve on. You never know. Obviously, playing against tricky defence, especially against Newcastle, were quite good defensively. Maybe tricky for him, but I definitely have more confidence now, at least anyway. Bogle, once again, another goal for him, and it was great to see. And will that be enough for him to get another appearance? Because Baldock's been one of our better players this year. Hasn't been amazing, but he's been very solid, so it's hard to get him out of the team. But if you're scoring goals as a right wing back, then you're going the right way about it. So, you know, he might be deserving a start for next game as well. Then, of course, there was the Mousse goal. Well, it wasn't really his, it was an own goal, but he contributed to it nonetheless. Of course, he hasn't had the best of the week so far with his car crashing. It was good to finally sort of get something positive on the pitch. His confidence will be quite low like everyone else, so hopefully, even though he didn't technically score it, he still contributed, will help him, you know, going forward into the games. Like I said, don't know if he'll be the one starting against Newcastle or not, but like we know last year, his first contribution was an own goal off Zuma to get an equaliser, so maybe it's deja vu and he'll push on from here and get himself a few goals in the next few games. I think in terms of the goal scoring, in the fact that we went 1-0 up very early on was a great sign. Of course, to go back to a draw wasn't the best of signs, of course, but to be fair, when I looked at the stats at half time, they'd had one shot to half 4 and it wasn't even on target, so I'm guessing it went in off the post or something like that. But yeah, I think obviously it could have gone against us, and it did for a bit. And then finally we got the second goal. Sadly conceded straight away afterwards, which was a bit of a disappointing sign. But then to bounce back from that straight away again to get back to 3-2 was once again a very good sign. Now, I think, like I've said, getting the win was all that really mattered. And just be interesting to see how we line up against Newcastle now, because there's certain players you think maybe shouldn't be playing. For example, if we're doing the overlapping, we're probably better off playing Brian, who came on as a sub. But I just wonder if because he's come back from an injury, they wanted to ease him into it rather than play him the full 90. So maybe he'll come and start against Newcastle. And also the midfield, probably be more happy having Ampadu instead of either Norwood or Lundstrom. But in terms of the rest of the squad, I'd be happy with it staying that way. Maybe bring Burke on for Mousse instead, but either way I think it'd be a decent lineup. Shane Ramsdale couldn't keep a clean sheet once again, but nothing could really do from what I can imagine. But I'm sure sooner rather than later he'll finally get his clean sheet. But I think in terms of the fact I haven't watched the game, I can't really speak about it too much. So I'm just going to end at that for today, guys. Hopefully it's something to build on. The end of the season, we'll see this as a big step, but we will never know until then. So until next time, guys, take it easy. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And up the blades. Come on, guys. Take it easy. All the best.